Madison Martin and Kevin P are here. Hello, Madison Martin and Kevin P. I've got really no idea what I'm going to talk about. I just thought I'd go live just for the hell of it. It's 10:36 p.m. here, Thursday night, Feb 25. I was broadcasting earlier today, but a friend of mine wanted me to have a quick chat with him on Skype, so I had to end the broadcast. I think I was only on for about 5 minutes or so. Anyhow, what are you all up to? 10:36 here. I don't know what time it is elsewhere. Just let me check. 6:36 a.m. Oh, you're an early riser, Madison. Are you off to school or off to work? Or you just couldn't sleep? Oh, my hair's sticking up. I've been stuck under a welding helmet. Oh, school. Primary school, high school, college. How come you're up so early? Cheers. Middle. What does that exactly mean? Here in Australia we've got primary school, high school, and then we've got university. So what is middle school? Is it equivalent to high school here in Australia? That tea is good. Oh, okay. Different systems all over the world. I only finished third year high school, and that was back in, fourth year it was, 1963. Yes, 1963. The same year that President John F. Kennedy was assassinated. How time flies. 53 years ago. I remember it vividly. Some things stay in your mind forever. You know, some events stick with you forever. Other things as well. And I can remember exactly where I was when my mother told me of the news. I was in bed. It must have been early in the morning in Australia, because I think it was early afternoon in Dallas, Texas when it happened. And I remember knocking on the bedroom door and saying, John F. Kennedy's been assassinated. What was that? 22nd of November, I think, 1963. Hello, Kevin P. Oh, I've just been sitting around in my shed. There's nothing worth watching on television, there really is. I thought about putting a movie on, but I don't know. I just thought I'd sit here for a little while and do a little bit of thinking. Pardon me. And then I thought I might as well just go live for a little while. Who knows who might be up. As I said, I really haven't got anything to talk about. And my hair, well, I've been under a welding helmet most of the afternoon. It was pretty warm here today. And I finally got the one job finished anyhow. A stand for my wife's wisteria plant. One down, one to go. Anyhow. Oh dear, and I was thinking about taking my telescope out and having a look at the moon. It's sort of, it's beginning to wane now, I think. But I decided I couldn't be bothered doing that either. So I just thought I'd sit here and twiddle my thumbs. Yeah. So what do you, Kevin P and Madison, what do you, well, I know Madison's getting ready for school. Have you got a fair way to travel to school, Madison, considering you're up so early, or are you naturally an early riser? Or have you gone? And what are you doing with yourself, Kevin P? What time is it where you are? Right. I might end up talking to myself, but there's nothing unusual about that. I do it all the time. And I answer myself too. I tend to do it when I've got a project on and I've got thoughts running through my mind, and I end up asking questions to myself and answering them. And I do it a lot when I write. When I'm writing a novel, and you've got the dialogue of the characters, I speak. I talk out loud to see how it's going to work out. You know, you can think about it in your head, but it's I find it's better to talk it out loud. Actually, I got a friend of a young lady I met on YouNow, Ice Queen. We exchanged Skype contacts, and she wants me to help her write a book. Well, I've written 5 novels, and I've got a couple of works in progress, and I've self-published 3. And I'm quite happy to help anyone write a book or books and help them with their grammar. I don't mind helping people at all. But I'm all self-taught. Yeah, I did spend, nearly 10 years in school, but I think most of it was a waste of time. Never liked school. Once I learned to read and write, I thought that was enough. That's all I needed, because I've always had a thirst for knowledge. And I've always been an avid reader. So I learned far more once I left school than I ever did in school. I couldn't see the sense of science. Science had no basis for me in the rest of my life and played no part. Woodwork, metalwork were okay, yes, because I'm an avid metal worker. I like to weld and work with metal. I do a bit of woodwork. Geography, I learned more about geography when I left school. English, I wasn't any good at English at school, but I'm still not good at English per se, but I know how to write. And I think if you get too involved in English, proper English, then I think you could stop yourself from being a good writer. You know, there's a place for it, but good grammar is more important than proper English, because not everyone in the world talks proper English. You know, we're not all stiff upper lip, what? It's, yeah, people talk slang, people have different accents, they just don't talk proper grammar. And you've got to remember that when you write a book. You've got to have your characters. Whoops, I just turned. I've got a Sarah J is here. Hello, Sarah J. How are you? Oh God, I just turned my. I've got a foot massager underneath the desk here, and I just accidentally put my foot on it and turned it on. Excuse me. Oh God, excuse me. Oh, it's handy, you know. Sometimes when you got aching legs, I just pull it out a bit and stick my feet on there and give my feet and legs a bit of a massage. Every bit helps when you get to my age. So, Sarah, why are you up so early? You're an Aussie, aren't you? If I remember correctly. I don't know why I would. But I think I remember the little. I'm not sure what it is, a cake or a muffin or a Super Guy. Hello, Super Guy 911. How are you? Welcome to this late night broadcast here in Oz. How you going? Super Guy. Are you a Superman fan, Super Guy? I am. I'm a big Superman fan. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Hi, old man. Older man, I prefer. Super Guy. And are you a Superman fan? Old man. Please, have a little bit of respect. Older man. Not very polite. I didn't say you were Superman. Are you a deaf as well as arrogant? I said, do you like Superman? Are you a Superman fan? Oh, you're in the UK, Sarah. Okay, I must have you mixed up with someone else. Old man, indeed. So what do you, what's the time over in the UK? So I think you're about 10 hours behind us, so it must be about midday or so, is it? Just after midday? Brandon Citron is watching. Citron? Brandon. Hello, Brandon. Welcome to the broadcast. Well, Super Guy, there are people who don't like Superman. Beats me. But to each their own. I don't hold that against them. To me, the Superman's the one and only superhero. I like all the others. Yeah, I like Batman, and I like the Hulk. I like the Avengers. Captain America. I wasn't too keen on the Black Widow. No, I didn't like her in those movies. I don't know what it was about her. Anyhow, that's just a personal thing. And I don't see the need for Wonder Woman. I mean, they're going to bring Wonder Woman into Batman vs Superman, which is a stupid title anyhow, because how could Batman possibly fight Superman? Oh, I suppose there's many ways he could intimidate him. You know, if he knew of his friends, he could threaten his friends, I suppose. Over 21, thanks, Sarah. 21, holy smoke. That's 56 years, nearly 57 years ago. Yes, I do too, Super Guy. But I prefer Superman. Yeah. See, I'm from the old school, and I grew up with George Reeves, who played Superman in the Adventures of Superman on the television series. And being a kid, I thought that was terrific, because I used to listen to the Adventures of Superman on radio before we had television. Can you believe that? Before we actually had television. Television didn't come to Australia in 1956, and my mother and father didn't get a television until 1957, glorious black and white. And there was a plethora of American shows on then. Adventures of Superman was one. And, you know, I was a fan of Superman before, but once I saw Superman actually flying, well, to a young kid it looked like he was flying. I was even a bigger fan. And then, of course, there came Christopher Reeve and Brandon Roth and the new bloke. He's pretty good, Man of Steel. I like that movie. I've watched it several times. But why they want to bring Wonder Woman into the... Well, I know they're going to make Wonder Woman films. I know, Wonder Woman films, I know. But there was a Wonder Woman series on television decades ago. I wasn't real keen on it. Like the $6 Million Man, that was okay. But I'm reminiscing. You probably don't know what I'm even talking about. But in the early days of television, all the television shows were American, basically, or half-hour shows. What were they? Oh, things like Rin Tin Tin, Fury, Cannonball, Casey Jones. Oh, there was a whole stack of them. And of course, we kids thought they were all wonderful. Yeah, but then we were totally new to television, and we thought television was an amazing thing, old black and white television. Now look, what we have these days. It's fantastic, isn't it? All this wonderful technology, all the special effects in the movies, awesome. Absolutely awesome. Yes, I'm looking forward to Batman vs Superman. That shouldn't be too long before it hits the screen. Hello, new person. Welcome to this late night broadcast here in Oz, Australia. It's 10:50 p.m. here, Thursday night, Feb 25. I've got to get up early tomorrow. I've got to take my wife to an early appointment to the dentist, and then we've got a couple of other appointments to attend to, so it's going to be quite a busy day tomorrow. And then I've got the world. It seems that way, doesn't it? The world became a small town. Yeah, it just seems. You know, here I am in my shed office, and I'm talking here at 9 minutes to 11 to people all over the world, basically. Same with Skype. You can get talk to people from all over the world via Skype. It's fantastic technology. I go camping every year. I go away for the winter season, and I take a mobile Wi-Fi unit away with me so I can get access to the internet. It's fantastic. I can be out in the middle of nowhere and get access to the internet. You know, I can post on Facebook. I can upload short YouTube videos. I'm going to do a broadcast when I go away this year from the top of the mountain on my cousin's property, which is 880 kilometres from my hometown. So I'm looking forward to that. Just something different. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to broadcast from. I can do it from my unit, or I can do it out under an open sky. I don't know. I have to figure that out when I get there. Yeah. But anyhow. But I am looking forward to getting away once again. I like the peace and quiet and solitude of the Australian bush, and I get plenty of it up there on that mountain. My cousin comes and visits most afternoons when he can, and we sit around the campfire and talk. He might bring a beer and have a beer, and I'll sit around sipping tea. And it doesn't matter if you don't talk anyhow. You can just sit around and look at the campfire. Nothing like it. Such a simple thing. It's so very soothing, very relaxing. And when he goes home, well, why doesn't your brother give you his Skype contact, Sarah? Is he a busy person? Is it? He just doesn't have the time? I've been... Brax Bear is watching. Hello, Brax Bear. Welcome to the broadcast. It's 10:53 p.m. Thursday night here in Oz, Feb 25. Yeah, I just received a request from Ice Queen, Angel, and I accepted it, of course, because we'd already made arrangements. But sometimes you send away emails, you're not sure if they go because people don't get in contact with you. But no, she asked me to put her under contact, and I did, and I'm looking forward to talking to her face to face because she wants me to help her write a book. I'll help her with the grammar. I'll help anyone. A new person is watching. Hello, new person. Welcome to the broadcast. Yes, I've already helped Minnie Mittenland with an essay of hers, and I helped another young... Procane is watching. Hey, Procane. Oh, okay. He doesn't remember his Skype name. Oh, well. Is he an older man, Sarah? Because once you get to be my age, your mind starts to drift a little north of normal. Mine has. Yeah. Be expected, I suppose, but at least it's not dementia. Not yet, anyway. I suppose maybe that could be just around the corner. Who knows? But yeah, I think Skype's terrific. I just wish my sister would get back on Skype. She lives down at about 600 kilometres south of here, my hometown, and she was only on a dial-up, and dial-up's no good for Skype. It breaks down all the time, and I kept saying to get on the NBN, the National Broadcasting Network, and she's thinking about doing it, but that's probably about as far as it goes. Yes, it's always nice because she's the only sibling I got left. My brother passed away 5 years ago. It's nice to keep in contact. At the moment it's only by phone, but that's enough, I suppose. But yeah, I think Skype's terrific. I think all modern technology is terrific. When it's working, that is. When it... oh, I must have cut myself. I don't remember doing that. Yeah, Procane. Hi. I'm pretty good, thanks. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better than I have been. And as I said, it's pretty. Oh, thank you, Procane. I will return the compliment when I finish this broadcast. Anyone fans me, I fan them. only a joke. It's a standing joke. Yeah. And what was I saying? See what I mean about your mind? I can have thoughts pop in 1 second and the next they're gone. Happens to me all the time when I'm writing. You know, sometimes I can write 10,000 words a day. Not often, but now and then. No, I'm retired. No, I'm nearly 68 years of age. I'll be 68 in another 8 days. Now, I've been retired for a few years now, and my wife too. We're both pensioners. But I keep myself busy. This is the one thing that This is one of the things I do. I got a YouTube channel. I've nearly had my YouTube channel for 3 years. Pardon me. And I've got my hobbies. I've got my welding and some metal sculpting. I'm a bit of a sky watcher. I've got a telescope. Oh, well, you've got quite a family, Sarah. You've got quite a few siblings. One brother in Australia, a sister in London, and another 3. So you've got 4 brothers and a sister, so there's 6 siblings. It's quite a family. Only 3 in well, 3 siblings in my family, and now there's only 2 of us. What was I saying? Oh yeah, you know, it's important. You're the youngest. Okay. Lena is watching. I hope I pronounced that right, Lena. 456, welcome to the broadcast. And you're the youngest. I won't ask a lady how old she is, because that's not polite. How old are you? Yes, I like to keep myself busy. Oh, I'm fine, thank you, Lena. Yeah, I'm doing all right. It's night time. I'm better at night time than I am through the daytime. Thank you, Procaine. I'm not very good at making out those hearts. I tend to be all thumbs. You know, I go, you see people do. Yeah. I should get a heart and just put it up, a little sign. Thank you for that. Yes, oh, you're 22. Ah, well, thank you, Sarah. I'm from Australia, Lena, on the east coast of Australia, in the state of New South Wales. I live on the mid-north coast. I'm about 5 kilometres west as the crow flies from the South Pacific Ocean, or the Tasman Sea, as it's often referred to. And I don't go to the beach at all. I have no affinity with the ocean whatsoever. Kevin P. Hello, Kevin P. Are you? Where are you from? Someone who's very good at grammar too. Look at that, a capital I and 2, T-double-O. Congratulations, Lena. Melbourne, Victoria, our rival state. There's a lot of rivalry between New South Wales and Victoria. I don't know why. I don't know where it all started from. I really don't know, but there's always been a lot of rivalry between New South Wales and Victoria, as there is between New South Wales and Queensland, because we have the... I won't go into that. It's about football, and I'm not really into football in the rugby league. No, I don't know if Lena's into AFL, because I'm not into AFL. I'm not into any football games, really. I might watch the occasional rugby league game. Oh, the beaches are fantastic here in Australia. Oh, we've got 14,000 kilometres of coastline, and I suppose there could be 10,000 kilometres of beaches. No, I'm... yeah, well, the beaches here in Coffs Harbour, that's my hometown. There's quite a few big beaches, and one of them runs for about, maybe 10 kilometres. You can see it from the lookout. There's a lookout that overlooks the city of Coffs Harbour. I won't call it a town because there's 70,000 people around. And but I'm not a fan of the beach. Never have been. Don't like the feel of sand between my toes. Don't like the salt air. I just have no affinity with the ocean whatsoever. If I never saw the ocean again, it wouldn't bother me. No, I love I love inland. I like the bush. I like the Australian bush during the cooler weather. So probably in about 10 weeks' time, about toward the end of May, I'll be off the bush. And as I said, I will be doing a live broadcast or two from my campsite. And that's what I was saying about technology. It's a wonderful thing, isn't it, to be able to do that. I've got this unit I've got, this Wi-Fi unit. Telstra is the main communications company here in Australia. It's got opposition, of course. But it's a prepaid thing. And it's got 2 antennas. That I don't know, I suppose they'd be a metre tall. And you plug them into the unit and you stick the other unit in the USB port. And bang, you've got the internet. It's wonderful. You know? As I said, to be out there, top of the mountain, or out near an inland river somewhere, and there's nobody around for miles, and you got access to the World Wide Web. Incredible technology. Because when I go away, I'm always taking photographs. You know, I'm keen on photography. You know, I take my Canon camera away. I got a Nikon as well. I got my GoPro camera. I got a night vision camera. Yeah, but I'm not a photographer. I'm just someone who takes pictures. But of course, with my no, I'm not. Yeah, I am married. Yeah, I've been married for nearly 42 years. Yep. I got 2 adult sons. One's 31, one's nearly 34. No, they don't live with us. The younger boy lives about 200 kilometres south of here. He's with his girlfriend, and my older boy lives in our hometown, but he lives with his girlfriend in a flat. Yeah, wow, 42 years. I mean, you don't get that for murder. No, it's gone very quickly, I can tell you. Time's gone very quickly. Yeah, both boys work for the same company. My wife's in well, Sarah, to each their own. But yeah, come to Coffs Harbour. And if you're in Coffs Harbour, there's a spare bedroom here for you. Don't go putting yourself in a motel. And come to Coffs Harbour and enjoy the beaches here. There are lovely beaches here. So I've made that offer to many. I know it'll probably never happen. They'll probably never get to Coffs Harbour, but they can look me up, and there's a spare bedroom here, and they're quite welcome to stay, because why pay enormous money for accommodation when you've got a fellow YouNower who lives in the town? There's probably quite a few YouNowers here in Coffs Harbour. I wouldn't know. No, my wife's in her office. Sorry, Lena. She has an office in the house. Well, thank you very much. That's very flattering. Thank you. She has an office in the house, and I have my shed office. And she spends a lot of time in her office, and I spend a lot of time down here in my shed office. And sometimes she works on the family tree, which she's been working on now for 25 years or so. But it's not just her family, it's my family, and there's a lot of other families involved as well. Well, thank you, Propane. Thank you. Katie Sosa. Katie Sosa? MDRRR. Hello, Katie Sosa. What was I saying? Oh yes, my wife either works on the family tree or she just sits down in her favourite chair, maybe watch a TV show. She's got a couple of favourite TV shows. I can't remember what one is. It's an American television, a police show. It's got, oh, I can't remember what it is. Thank you. I will repay the compliment, Katie Sosa. I always do. And Lena, yes, I will fan you all when I finish this broadcast. And sometimes she puts on a DVD, and most of the time she sits there crocheting, and she goes to sleep. I've often got to go in there and knock on the door and say, time for a shower, dear. Thank you, Procaine. I will fan you too. Yeah. Excuse me. Oh, it's just 6 minutes past 11 in the PM. This is my time. I like the night time. I've always been a nighttime person. I've never been a morning person. And I worked for 45 odd years, 50 years, and I was always getting up early to go to work. Woohoo! Well, I think you're speaking French there, Francois. But I don't know much French. Parlez-vous français? Eiffel Tower? No, I don't know much French at all. I don't know any other language except English. I know Aussie slang, twang. Yes, it's my wife's been on Ancestry.com now for years, and it's helped her out a lot. Tom Thumb, thank you for becoming a fan and welcome to the broadcast. I will fan you back. Standing joke. I can't help it, sorry. Yeah. But most of the time my wife ends up sitting in this chair, and I'm going to tell you something, you might find this hard to believe. The chair she's got is one of these U-Butte things that's got a massager, and it's got all sorts of stuff in it, but her aunt bought it. Her aunt bought this chair a few years back, and it cost $10,000. Scouts on it. I didn't believe her when she said it cost $10,000, but I saw the receipt. And her aunt didn't like it, so her aunt gave it to my wife. $10,000 for a chair, can you believe that? But it's true. I've never sat in a chair, but my wife sits in it all the time. Why wouldn't you? A $10,000 throne. It does all sorts of wonderful things. But imagine paying that much for a chair and not liking it. She had too much money. Yeah, just too much money. She bought whatever she wanted, and if she didn't like it, she gave it away. The time here, Procaine, it's 8 minutes past 11 in the PM, Thursday night, Feb 25. It's Canna-O. Hello, nephew. No. Hello, grandfather. No, hello, grandson, not nephew. If you want to be cheeky about it. Grandfather. I've been called an old man, now I've been called grandfather. I'm not a grandfather. Oh, Mr. Lamurda's here. Hello, Mr. Lamurda. Welcome. Yes. No, I'm not old. I'm just older. I'm what is it today? I'm 8 days short of my 68th birthday. Yes, they sorted it all out, thank you, Sarah. Yes, they were in such a hurry to finish it in one day that one of the convoluted piping up in the roof had a twist in it. That's all it was. So they came back the next day and untwisted it. And it worked a treat. It's a terrific unit. I mean, you know, he can get the whole house with ducted air conditioning for $7,400, and my wife's aunt spent $10,000 on a chair 6, 7 years ago. I know what I'd sooner have. I'd sooner have the ducted air conditioning than a $10,000 chair that she didn't want. I don't know. But she bought, this is when she was living by herself, and she, until she became a bit frail, and we had to, for her own safety, put her in a nursing home here in Coffs Harbour, because she had several falls, and it was no good her being by herself anymore. It was too dangerous for her. So she's quite happy now where she is, because she gets good care, and all she's got to do is just sit around. And no, I don't smoke cigarettes, no. I used to be a smoker many years ago, but no, I quit over 20 years ago. About 5 years ago I was diagnosed with emphysema. There's no guarantees in life, is there? No, I don't. I don't smoke and I don't drink. I've never been a drinker. I've been a teetotaler all my life. I tried alcohol when I was a kid, like a teenager, but I never liked the taste of it, so I never drank. I except drink tea, water, milk sometimes, and occasionally a Coca-Cola, a soft drink, but not very often. Yeah, but as I say, there's just no guarantees in life, is there? Oh, maybe the smoking was the cause, but I don't know. My wife's late mother, she never smoked in her life, and she ended up with emphysema because of air pollution. And I think you'll find that'll be more common as the years go on. The air pollution we have in many of the cities, people are going to be coming down with bronchitis, asthma, emphysema. So the only guarantees in life are death and taxes. Can't avoid either, unfortunately. Although I certainly wouldn't want to live forever. I saw that old, the elderly lady. Well, good on you, Sarah. Good on you. Live a clean life. But just be careful when you step off the curb that you don't get knocked over by a bus, or a truck, or a taxi. Now, you see, that's the thing, isn't it? There's you can do all the right things. You can look after yourself. Don't smoke. Don't drink. Eat healthy foods or a good diet. Seth Condrath. Hello, Seth. Thank you for becoming a fan. I will repay the compliment when I finish this broadcast. Yes, you can do all these things, and as I say, you can step off the curb and be run over by a bus or a truck, or something else could befall you, because you can't account for those vagaries and vicissitudes of day-to-day life. A good evening, or good morning, good afternoon to you too, Seth. You just can't account for them. They're those things that happen out of the blue. The vagaries and vicissitudes of day-to-day life. They're just the little things that happen. Sometimes they're good, but most of the time they're not. And you can't account for them. They're just waiting around the corner to trip you up. Happens to all of us. So, all these people who, they're fitness fanatics, and they don't eat carbs, and they don't eat sugar and all this, I think they're kidding themselves. Well, thank you, Alina. Yes, thank you very much for enjoying the broadcast, and get some rest. Good night to you, and I will have a wonderful night. Hopefully. What's left of it. Yes, take care. That's exactly right, Seth. That's exactly right. I mean, look at no, I'm not an organ donor, no. My organs aren't worth donating. No, I suppose I should be, but you see, here in Australia, Tiff, we, there's a bone of contention with these donor requests on your shooter's license, driver's license. You can put it down that you'll be an organ donor, but then the families can intervene. So what's the point? I mean, what's the point if someone makes a conscious decision to be an organ donor and then the family step in and say, no, you can't do that? There has been talk they're changing the law regarding that, but no, at the moment I'm not an organ donor, no. Are you? It is dumb. Yeah, it is. But, that's what that's the sort of strange laws we have in this country. But then again, all countries have these strange laws, stopping people from doing things. They say, you should have a will. Thank you, Chase D, and welcome. I will fan you when the broadcast is finished. It's the same when they say you should have a last will and testament. My wife and I do. But, that can still be contested. What's the point of having a last will and testament if people can contest the will? Now, a lot of laws just don't make sense. But anyhow, that's life. To be quite honest with you, Tiff, I think I know who you're talking about, Sarah. but I'll let you tell the story. To tell you the truth, Tiff, I haven't really given being a donor any thought. It never popped into my mind actually until you mentioned it. You know, they're always going on. This television advertisement going on that you should become an organ donor, but you know, put it on my driver's license, but I never get around to doing it. So maybe I should. Maybe I should. So who was this broadcaster, Sarah? I got a feeling it might be. Can't think of her name. Was it Tyra? Or was it someone male, female? Yeah, I thought it might have been. Yes, my friend Adam, who lives in Stoneport, Illinois, he told me the news. Dr. Greg versus John debate 2016. To get your goods. What were you in hospital for, Seth? Bloody early. You got my mind's running with all sorts of thoughts with that, you know, where you're on life support and they didn't pull you. Oh, about being a donor. Right, I still don't understand about the skeptical someone at the hospital wouldn't pull the plug. Yeah, normally pulling the plug means you're on life support. Anyhow, what's this, Tiff? Dr. Greg versus John Hampton God debate? No, not going to happen. Be a waste of breath. As I said before, there are two things I won't debate, and that's religion and politics. It's a complete and utter waste of time because you get nowhere. If you've got two opposing sides, it better what? No, it'll never work, Tiff. No, it'll never work. I just absolutely refuse to debate politics and religion if your views are opposite. It's a waste of time. I mean, you know that yourself. It's a complete and utter waste of time because you get nowhere. Yeah. It's the same with anything, really. If someone's dead set in their view about something and you oppose it, you know, what's the point? Make some cash on your kidneys. Well, there are people who do sell their kidneys, don't they? It's illegal, of course, but it goes on. Sell them to the highest bidder. I remember there was a report about that on a show we have, 60 Minutes. Oh, this is going back a few years, where people were going overseas and selling a kidney. I don't know what they were getting, $20,000 or $30,000 or something for it. I suppose they might have been hard pressed for money, but might come a time in their life they regret selling it for $20,000 or $30,000. No, you're not. That's exactly right. No, I wouldn't sell my kidney. I mean, if my wife or my son needed a kidney, I'd donate it to them. I wouldn't sell it to them. You know, I'd do what I could to save their life if they needed a kidney. Absolutely. It's not a pleasant experience from what I've heard to have a kidney removed, and it's not a pleasant one to have a kidney replaced. But, no, I'm not going to sell any of my body parts. I'll give them away. I'll do what you said, Tiff. I'll become a donor. Oh, hang on, I can't come in down, can I? Oh, I agree. Yeah, talking and thinking. I think all the time. My mind runs right, especially at nights when I go to bed. My mind's just running at 100 miles an hour. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it not happens all the time. You know, some person donates their kidneys, their heart, their lungs, their other things as well. Save people's lives. And, you know, they can save 3 or 4 people's lives, one person. But I was planning on being cremated, so I suppose they could take everything out that they could use before they cremated me, couldn't they? Yeah, they could do that. I don't want to be buried. No, I said to my wife, I want to be cremated, and you can do whatever you want with the ashes. I said to my younger boy, look, I'll teach you how to reload shotgun shells, and you can put a little bit of my ashes in the shotgun shells. And when you go blasting away out in the bush somewhere, people say, where's your father? You can say, oh, well, there's a little bit over there, and there's a little bit out here, and there's a little bit here. I thought I liked the idea. But I haven't got around to showing him how to reload the shotgun shells. Yeah, yes. I could do some surgery here in my shed office, I suppose. Well, I'm often doing some minor surgery on myself. Yeah, I suppose I could. Yeah, I suppose I could. Or bury him in the backyard. Nah, just put him in a little urn and say, there's Dad. There he is, on the shelf there. Yes, I'm often performing little minor surgeries on myself because I'm always cutting myself. You know, like, no, you probably can't see it. I've got cut here, cut here. Oh, I'm always cutting myself. Pardon? Oh yeah, I love my tea, Sarah. Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big tea drinker. I make a big pot of tea twice a day and I drain it. Yeah, my wife says I drink too much tea, but I drink more water than I drink tea. But I'd be lost without my tea. I don't like coffee. My wife drinks coffee, and I don't like the smell of coffee. I never ever liked the taste of coffee. Just like alcohol, I just never liked the taste of it. But yeah, and I'm nearly out of tea too. Couple of sips left. But that's what makes us all. Well, thank you very much, Chase D. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a good evening, a good night, a good afternoon, whatever time it is your way. And just be careful of those vagaries and vicissitudes of day-to-day life, because they just come along and hit you out of the blue when you least expect them. So long, Chase D. Have a good one. So I was sitting here earlier trying to think before I go away, I was thinking of putting a canopy on the trailer. But I'm also thinking of putting my fold-out unit on the back of my four-wheel drive on the trailer as well. Because when I camp on the top of the mountain, I can't use my vehicle. And that's... what would convince me there's a God? That's a good question. I'd have to dwell on that, Tiff. Oh, heaps of flying foxes here, Seth. Heaps of them. Every night, the night sky's full of them. They come from the hinterland here and they head south, where they go feeding. Then they head back to the hinterland. Oh, sometimes I've seen thousands of them in the night sky. And there's a few of them that come to the trees here in our backyard, and particularly the tree next door. It's a date tree, or date palm, and they feed on those. But yeah, we got a lot of flying foxes around here, and but they don't cause any problems. Live and let live. Don't bother me. I've had them close. You know, I've been outside and they've flown pretty close to me, but they don't bother me. They're basically harmless, although I think, well, paranormal activity, that's got nothing to do with God. Or seeing objects move. green tea. Green tea has got a lot of antioxidants in it. All tea has got antioxidants in it, but green tea has the most. And it's supposed to be good for anti-cancer fighting. Antioxidants are supposed to be. Well, I drink that much tea, I shouldn't have any chance of getting cancer, but I'm touch wood. Thank God my desk is made of wood. Yeah, I don't know about the I believe in paranormal activity, Tiff, and some people do have the ability to move things with their mind. I've seen documentaries on it. There is a name for it, but I can't think what it is. But that's got nothing to do with God. I don't know what I'd need to prove that God exists. It'd have to be something big. I mean, really big. I'd have to dwell on that. I really would. Good question. That's a good question. Oh, sorry, Sarah. I didn't see the question there. Yeah, Pascal's wager. Pascal. I know of Pascal. What's Pascal's wager? Sorry, Sarah. I didn't see your comment there. Yeah, flying foxes. They're large bats, like ordinary bats. Yeah, bats use sonar. They're blind and they use sonar to get their prey. But flying foxes, they've got they can see, and but they're quite cute little animals, you know. But you've got to be careful because here in Australia they carry the Hendra virus, which is very deadly to man and animal. Couple of dead homies. Wait, that's not it. What do you mean, Tiff? What is Pascal's wager? Pascal, I know, I've heard of Pascal. Pascal. Oh, it's a little cricket. Where'd he go? There he is. Oh, he's gone. Couple of dead homies. Height. I-G-H-T. What's that? Wait, that's not it. Tell me, Tiff, what is it? What isn't it? I got you. Did you? Height. The comment isn't showing. I had this problem once before. You know, I did a broadcast a couple of days ago. Or Roggy. All right. YouNow is censoring. Why is it censoring? Why do they censor? There's nothing going on here. It's not like we're running, doing anything illegal. We're not involved in pornography. Why would they censor us? Okay. Yeah, that happened once before, Tiff, when I was doing a broadcast, and I thought I was talking to myself. But there were no comments coming up. And who was it? Behind the scenes, Holly. She left me a message and said, and go to heck. Yeah, filter certain words even if they oh, do they? I didn't know that. Well, how did they get on with what happened to this what's her name, Tyra? I don't know if this Susan's still there, but yes, my friend told me what happened with Tyra, the one who was supposed to have died of a brain tumour, and she was only 26. Yeah, I think they need to do it too. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I bet a lot of people are very angry about Tyra, about what happened there. I really don't know the whys and wherefores. My friend Adam said that, yeah, it was bogus, yeah. But someone had actually donated money. One of the YouNowers had donated money. I bet they're feeling very angry. I bet a lot of people are feeling very angry. No, she hasn't died. They said that the news I heard from my friend Adam was that she passed away, and it upset him a lot. It wasn't true. I mean, why would anyone do that? I just don't understand that. I mean, my friend Adam says that she actually has a brain tumour, but has she got a brain tumour? Is she really ill? I don't know. He said that she's denying that she had anything to do with it, but I think the damage has already been done. Yeah, but it just defies my logic why he would do something like that. Evidently she was reasonably popular on YouNow, and she had quite a number of followers. No, my friend Adam, when he was, I could think of better ways to get notoriety. You have to do it honestly. You know, just be honest. Why fool people? Why make? No, it's not right. No, I mean, it's not like you're making. Well, she did make money out of it, didn't I? Hope she gives that donation back. Someone, I'm not sure if it was $500 or $100 or what it was, but it doesn't matter what amount of money it was, she should give it back. It's not right. But it's not like you can make money on YouNow, is there? I mean, what, you're... Oh, she's not right in the head, is she? I've never watched any of her broadcast. I knew nothing about her, Sarah, until my friend Adam told me about her. And he was very upset. He must have been a fan of hers. I think a lot of others. You can. How do you make money, Tiff? I know I can make money on YouTube, but I've only got 126 subscribers, and I haven't made much money. I haven't gone over the $100 for 1 month, so I can get an actual payment. So I don't know how you actually make money on YouNow. I mean, I've got 125,000 coins. You make money if you're a partner and have a tip jar. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, I did see something about partnerships there. You need an average of 500 viewers a broadcast. Oh, that's not going to happen to me. No, I'm not going to be concerned about that. Yeah, I have seen the odd broadcast where they've got 700 odd viewers, and I mean, the comments are just flying up the screen. Yeah, they're just flying up. Nah, it's never going to happen. Matty Yu, hello Matty Yu. Welcome to the broadcast. It's 11:34 p.m. Thursday night here in Australia on the East Coast, which would make it 8:34 on the West Coast. Just a little bit of trivial information there for you, Matty, in case you're asking. I'm in Australia. Yeah. Dear Allah. Oh, is it? What's going on here? Oh, you like Australia, dear Matty? Where are you from? Oh, I will fan you too. Standing joke. No, I'm serious. I will fan you when I finish this broadcast. From Sweden. Ah. And what's the weather like in Sweden, and what is the time there now? 7:30 Eastern US, 7:36 AM. You got 10 hours. 10 hours behind us. Sunny but cold. Well, it's very sunny. It was very sunny here today and hot. And it's supposed to be hotter tomorrow. At the moment, it's 26 degrees C in my shed office. 26, 50, 40, that's 79 Fahrenheit. Yes. And I've got to get up early tomorrow. Most snowing. I saw on the news tonight that the tornado season has started early in Oklahoma. They've had some, what was it, 6 people killed. 6 people killed, and the damage those things do. What is it called? Tornado Alley, around there in Oklahoma? Yes. Mother Nature. Can't fight it. You just got to grin and bear it, unfortunately. Ah, yeah. Have you ever heard the Australian band 5? Yeah, I've heard the band 5 Seconds of Summer. Yes, I have. Not very often, but we have had the occasional tornado. In fact, one hit just north of Sydney a few months ago. Jedi Master James. Hello, Jedi Master James. Welcome to the broadcast. Yes, we had a tornado a few months ago that hit just north of Sydney, and Purnell, it's a suburb north of Sydney, and it caused a lot of damage. But we don't get a lot of tornadoes here, mainly cyclones. We get a lot of cyclones. In fact, the murderers. Well, it does look a bit like that with the source at the back here, doesn't it? Yeah. Legend 20XX. Hello, Legend 20XX. Welcome to this late night broadcast. It's 11:38 p.m. Thursday night, Feb 25, here on the east coast of Australia. Well, thank you, Sarah. I think that too. And I'm very lucky to have her. Yeah, I really am. I mean that sincerely. Well, thank you for that, Jedi Master James, but I don't think I'll be here long enough for 825 people coming, but they never do they? I mean, I get invites all the time, you know, they pop up for people to come in. About my wife, tell us something about my wife. Well, she's 5 foot tall in her stocking feet. Dustin P. Hello, Dustin P. Welcome to the broadcast. It's 7:37 a.m. here on the east coast. Yes, and it's 11:39 p.m. here. I know we're 16 hours. Yes, her name is Gail. Yes, and she's just barely 5 foot tall. But she's a keen gardener, and she's a terrific cook. And she's got a mile more energy than I have ever had. She jumps out of bed in the morning, every morning at 5:30 or so. Fresh as a daisy. I don't understand. She's always been like that. Up early. Me, I drag myself out of bed every morning. You know, I'm just like a limp rag. I just got no energy first thing in the morning. Yeah, I do have a lot of tools, and that's only a part of it, small part of it. Yeah, I could show you what else there is here. There's a lot of tools here. I was using quite a lot of them today, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I got a laptop here. That's what I'm using. I got a laptop, and I'm using a Logitech C920 web camera. But you can ask. Oh, I like you, Sarah. I really like you. Thank you, Dustin P. Thank you. I will that could be true. A man's tool collection is directly proportional to his age. That could be very true. But there's a young bloke who has a very good YouTube channel. He's called Chucky2009, and he's only 21, and you should see his workshop. For a young man, he has accumulated a lot of tools, and expensive stuff too. Well, you must only be young then, if this is directly proportional to his age. But most of the tools I've got here I've only bought in the last 5 years or so. Yeah, those the two smaller swords, a tenon sword and the other sword next to it, and the other sword. Yeah, I've only bought most of these tools in the last. There's a competition on whether you can vote on me with the best vegan recipes. Well, I don't know why should I vote for you? I don't know what your vegan food's like. And you're a vegetarian, I take it. I don't mind vegetarian food. Some of it's quite tasty. But I don't know what I'm actually voting for. What you'll have a recipe? A particular recipe, or is it recipes, plural, on vegan recipes? Well, I don't know if veganism is such a good thing. I don't think it's particularly good for women because they miss out on vital iron, which you can only get in meat. You can take supplements, of course. I think vegetarianism is greatly overrated, but to each their own. That's their choice, their decision. It's up to the individual. Like I said, I'm not a big meat eater. I like salads, and I like. Well, that's your opinion, Matty. That's your opinion. I don't necessarily agree with you. I like. It doesn't matter what it's proven. Who's proven it? What have 100 million people proven it to be right? No, you can get all these. No, I'm not going to read it. No, I won't. Findminecraft.com. No, it's like all these alternative these supplements that you can buy. They're all a waste of money, or basically all a waste of money. All they do is give you expensive urine. Most people don't need supplements at all. All they need is a healthy diet. If you want to become a vegetarian, fine, but you got to miss out on some important vitamins and minerals. Protein, for instance. Sure, you can drink protein drinks. You can buy swallow supplements till the cows come home. But it's up to the individual. And I'll tell you one thing. All these vegetarians I've come across have all got bad breath. That's what I've noticed. I've come across a few vegetarians in my time. I've been to so-called specialists, and they've all got bad breath. So there's something not right in the gut. I'm not saying that's the same for all. Well, thank you, Matty. I appreciate that. Would you like to go one-on-one in a general knowledge test? Old man. Now you're being rude. I said an older man I'm fine, and not the... Well, Matty, maybe it's time for you to say good night, or good morning, or good afternoon, and go and enjoy your vegan breakfast, your vegan lunch, or your vegan dinner. Because it just shows you that you... Yeah, that's true, whatever floats your boat. But you just patently obviously can't criticism. So you turn to be rather objectionably rude, which is very common with people who can't stand criticism. You probably don't even drink tea because it's got caffeine in it, do you? Do you drink tea or coffee? I suppose you drink a lot of fruit juice, which is full of acid. Global warming is a fallacy. They are absolutely all falsehoods. No, that is not proven at all. No, global warming hasn't been proven at all. It's just about a bunch of tree huggers and Bambias who haven't lived long enough to experience weather to the extremes, and they often quote the hole in the ozone layer at the North and South Poles. Of course there's a hole in the ozone layer at the North and South Poles because there's no sunlight there for 5 or 6 months of the year. And ozone, O3, needs sunlight. And if you haven't got sunlight, you don't have O3, so you have a hole in the ozone layer. And it's got nothing to do with the oceans rising. The oceans aren't rising at all. The ice caps aren't melting. It's absolute baloney. There's no water depreciation. There's no deforestation. If you have a look at the Amazon jungle that they say they're ripping down the sides of a football field every hour, it's false. It's absolutely false. No, it's not proved. The United Nations has not proved that at all. It's not true. You can believe what you want. Perhaps, I don't know, perhaps you believe that, like many people do, that 9/11 was the federal government. I know it's not proven. I've not read anything at all that has proven in climate change. Images of the Amazon forest have shown that it's not depleting at a rapid rate as has often been thought. The oceans are not rising. They're facts. Yes, perhaps you do need some meat in your diet, Matty. But, you're welcome to your views. There are those people who firmly believe, or conspiracy theorists, that 9/11 was the government conspiring against its own people, that the planes didn't crash into the towers. Well, I saw it live, and I saw those planes crash into the towers. There wasn't any missiles. They weren't holographs. But people say, oh, no, it was the federal government. The American government got onto it and did it to say that they could raid and terrorists and start... No, you're not. You're trying to force your opinion on other people. You're not trying to educate them at all. And we should believe you. Well, why should I believe you, Matty? What qualifications do you have to force your opinions on me? You think you're right, I think you're not. You think I'm wrong, fair enough. That's your choice, that's your decision. I have my opinions, you have yours. You might believe in God, I don't. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, but it's not the same. I know UFOs exist, I don't believe in them. She has a... Yes, you never want to believe all that you read, Matty. Well, fair enough, Matty. Perhaps you would do wise to come out of your delusional state and check your facts. Well, I don't know how old you are, Matty, but I'm nearly 68 years of age, and I can tell you I've read a lot more than you have, and it's all basically still stuck up here. And I can tell you from nearly 68 years' experience, there's no change in the weather. There is nothing different in the weather today than it was 60-odd years ago. Nothing at all. Matty. I wouldn't surprise you how old Matty is. Did she say she was 13? I'm not sure. No, I've been reading. Oh well, life is full of disappointment, Matty. So long, have a good life. Live long and prosper. Have a good life, and may life be good to you. Well, that was interesting. That was very interesting. Matty got her, thank you, Nicole, thank you, Nicole. Well, you just, I won't go into it. Matty's gone now. Matty's very disappointed. She's feeling downhearted. Of course, we're all a bunch of brigands. We're all a bunch of nincompoops. And whatever. Yes, Matty, who is probably 13 years of old, who thinks she knows everything. No, nothing really, Nikolai. We just had a young person on here. I'm not sure how old this person was. Very naive, but I think a young and very naive individual. But she had her beliefs, but that's all they are, the beliefs. She doesn't know them for a fact, but she thinks everything she reads about global warming and about eating meat and so on and so forth is the reason that the world is going to come to an end tomorrow. But of course, you know, tomorrow never comes. That's very true, Seth. That's very true. We do think we know everything at 13, don't we? But you quickly learn that you don't. She's going to be very disillusioned. If she continues to go through life with those beliefs, then she's going to be shot down in flames very, very quickly. Yeah, a reality check. Exactly. When she gets out into the real world. Yeah. But that's her opinion. Look, she's 13. Her brain hasn't fully developed yet. Wait till she becomes 21 or 25 when her brain is fully developed. And she'll realise perhaps what she was saying what she thought about when she was 13 was ridiculous. Her attitudes will change. And if not, well, maybe she might make a good plumber. Oh, well, that's the way it goes, Sarah. I mean, some people are like that. They're just plain rude, ignorant, arrogant, and they easily get upset. They can't debate you on something like that because they haven't got the capacity to enunciate, and they realise that they don't know as much as they think they do, or perhaps they need a second computer or another iPhone or an iPad so they can get onto Wikipedia and make sure their facts are true, but not necessarily the facts on Wikipedia are all true. They can be a bit erroneous. You've got to be careful. Yes, that's true. That's very true. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I like you too. Yes. I mean, you're only 22, Sarah. I bet your impressions of the world from when you were 13 and 9 years ago are a little bit different now. I don't know if you can hear or not. We've got a little frog hopping away. If it wasn't for my hearing aids, I wouldn't be able to hear it. But we've got a pond in the backyard, a fish pond. Yeah. Never mind. It was an interesting little episode. That's exactly true, Seth. That is very, very true. Never truer words were spoken. Once you get out there into the real world and start working to earn a living, yeah, that's very, very true. That's exactly right. Yeah, that doesn't bother me. I just don't like younger people trying to thrust their choices down my throat. I get a little bit peeved. If they want to be a vegetarian, fine. That's their choice. Just like you choose not to drink or smoke, take illegal and illicit drugs, and get drunk, and go out and whatever. It's the choices we make that not the chances we take that determine our destiny. And some choices we make are good, and some choices we make are bad. But I never realised that she was going to come on with such stuff like that. But anyhow, that's her opinion. That's all right. She can express her opinion. She's welcome to do that. Doesn't bother me. But yeah, well, I've had trolls come on here, and they've never bothered me. They tried to bother me, but I just use reverse psychology on them. Don't fight fire with fire because you get nowhere with them. You know, someone calls me grandfather, I call them grandson or grandchild. Or if someone makes a comment that they think's funny, I'll say thank you. They don't know how to handle it. But if you fight fire with them, that's what they want. They soon get sick of it and they just leave. I'm out of tea, Sarah. I'm out of tea. And that's it. That's exactly right. Yeah, you get. I've had the odd comment with my YouTube channel where people use profanities. You know, F this, C that, and whatever. I'll just say thank you. And they can't handle it. They don't know what to say. They expect you to come right back at them with the same sort of language. No, I'm not going to reduce myself to their level. No, they're morons. They're imbeciles. 85. You blocked 85 people on Facebook, Sarah. Yeah. I blocked a few people on Facebook. They asked to be friends, and they're always women. And they turn out to have these online, I don't know whether they're sex talk or sex chat websites, whatever they are. I'm not interested in that, or dating services. But you do so innocently, you know. You think someone on Facebook wants to be a friend, but you quickly find out what they really want. Then I just flag them. Same on Skype. You know, you get. I don't know how women get onto my my Skype contact. I just don't know how it happens. But sometimes you get women on there. We question you, accept them as a contact. But once bitten, twice shy. I don't bother. If I don't know who they are, I just flag. You know, that's it. I'm not interested. And I had an episode here on a broadcast. It must have been a couple of weeks ago. There was this. I thought it was a woman, and she was going on and on. And then suddenly she was quite pleasant, and she wanted to be a guest. I thought, okay. And when I accepted her as a guest, and what do I see? A pair of breasts, a pair of naked breasts. And suddenly the camera shot down, and there's an erect penis. It was a she-male. Oh, I ended it quick smart. I mean, holy smoke. Some people. Thank you, Sarah. Some people. Fair income, Sarah. I tell you what. You know, I've got 3 Facebook pages. I've got the Man from Oz, Emphysema Man, and my main Facebook page. But you know, I don't post on Facebook that often now, Sarah. I find if I put photographs on there, I'll get likes. But I share all my YouTube videos, and I barely get a like. I only do it because there's one person over in the United States who likes to watch my videos. But even though she's subscribed to my YouTube channel. But being my cyber grandchild. Oh, you being my cyber grandchild. Yeah, well, you can be my cyber grandchild. I'll tell my wife she'll be very happy to know she's got a grandson, a granddaughter, cyber or not. No, my wife's very disappointed that the boys haven't had children. She really wanted to be a grandmother because her sister, let's just say she doesn't like her sister very much, has got a heap of grandchildren, and she's had a couple of marriages, and she's had a couple of. It just goes on. You wouldn't want to know about her, Sarah. She's the odd one out of the family. I suppose what you'd call a feral. You know, has heaps of children, and those children have heaps of children, and they don't work. They live off the government all their lives. In fact, they make a career out of being unemployed. Yeah, so that's why my wife and her sister don't get on, because my wife's always been a hard worker, and her sister wouldn't work in an iron lung. My 2 boys, 31 and 34 this year. Got 2 adult sons. My tea's cold. God, it's just after midnight. Whew. Land of government entitles, yeah. The federal government pays out something like $165 billion a year on Social Security. And there's plenty of work here. I mean, I don't know how these young people can stay on the dole for so long, but some actually do make careers out of it. Their parents have been unemployed all their life, and their children follow in their parents' footsteps. They wouldn't work on an iron lung. And there's jobs around. I don't know why the government just doesn't crack down on them. Lauraville is here. Hello, Lauraville. How you going? Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. Yes, it is. It is good morning. It's 2 minutes into the morning, Friday morning. Well, see, here in Australia, they paid young mums to have children. Initially, it was $5,000 for every child they had, but they quickly found out that the people were spending that $5,000 on televisions and this sort of stuff. So they changed it so it had to go into an account that could only be used to buy things for the children. But yeah, they were paying $5,000. I mean, $5,000 sounds a lot, but it's not much when you want to raise a child, and certainly not enough if you want to raise children. It is generational, absolutely. Thursday, 8 a.m. 8 a.m. Yeah, so you're on the East Coast. Yeah. So yes, but it's a big problem, and I suppose it's a big problem in the United States, and I suppose it's a big problem in the United Kingdom, and big problem all over the world. Take drug tests. Yeah, that's funny you should mention it. They were talking about doing that here too. There was also a talk that any young woman, young girl, say she just left school and she's 16 to 17, that she would not receive the dole if she became pregnant. She had to receive New Start, it's called, or youth allowance, which goes to help them find a job. That's what it's for. So, but if they fell pregnant, it would be taken away from them. But then I suppose they'd turn around and pay them $5,000 for becoming pregnant, and then they could get the single mother's pension. So I don't know. The whole system here in Australia needs an enema with a high pressure hose. It really does. Yeah. It probably never happened. I don't know. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, my eyes saw it. Yeah, I agree with you, Seth. Yep. You have to take a drug test to get a job. I think that's. I don't agree with that. With them doing that. I don't think. I think that's an invasion of your civil rights. To be quite honest with you. But yeah, perhaps you're right, and maybe they should do drug tests before these people can get the dole, because obviously those who are using drugs are using the money that they should be using to look for work, and you're buying drugs. The Western culture, yeah, it wouldn't happen in the East, the Eastern countries. No, that's for sure. It wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen in China, in Japan. No way. And it certainly wouldn't happen in North Korea, would it? That's what brought down the Roman Empire. What drugs? What brought down the Roman Empire, Seth? While Nero fiddled, Rome burned. Oh, entitlements. No one wanted to work anymore. Yes, the Roman Empire. It was great. What did it? It lasted. It lasted for centuries. The Roman Empire, and the Romans put their forces into many countries. Of course, actually, the Romans did invade Great Britain or England, and But London wasn't called London at the time. It was called something else. It was a Roman name. But then didn't they build Hadrian's Wall to keep the Romans out? So the Romans came once and they took over the country, and then they were defeated and sent off. Then they built the Hadrian's Wall to keep them out again. Hadrian's Wall. What's it run, about 300 miles or something? There's not much left of it now in places, but still. It's just like the Chinese who built the Great Wall. Wow. What an engineering feat that was. I suppose there'd be those that say they couldn't have possibly built that wall. It must have been built by extraterrestrials. Just like the pyramids and all these Mayan temples and that. Oh, it had to be built by extraterrestrials. It had to be. That's exactly right. Yeah, you got to work. If you don't work, you don't eat, and if you don't eat, you die. That's true. But it's too easy in countries like Australia and America and Great Britain and that. It's too easy with the dole. You know, these people just abuse it. Yeah. No, it's not right. But and there is work out there. But they just got to make these people look. I think the only way to do it is to put them on big wheels. Hello, big wheels. Welcome. Now I think they've got to just put them on the dole for say 26 weeks. I think that's what it used to be like in the United States. It may still be that way, where you can only receive the dole for a short period, and then once that's over, that's it. So give them 26 weeks and say that's the time you got to find a job. After that, it's finished. No welfare. But they'd probably find some way to buck the system. You could be right there, Nikolai. Nicole, sorry. You could be right. You could be right there. Just about to finish up Big Wills. Actually, I wasn't planning on going on for this long. It's 8 minutes past midnight, which is 8 minutes into Friday morning, and I think it's about time I ended this broadcast and went to bed, because I've got to get up early. I've got to get up in another 7 hours. Yeah. But it's been a good broadcast. Been some good people on. There's been some interesting interludes. That's what makes a broadcast good. It makes it keep ticking along. If you get people who come on and they make comments and you can discuss it, I will look that up, Nicole. Yeah, you could be right there, but I'll check it on Google. We can always check things on Google, can't we? But anyhow, look, I've really got to end this broadcast. As I say, it's getting early, although it's late, and I've got things to do tomorrow, and I've got to get up early, as I said. Sarah is back. Sarah probably just went and made another cup of tea. Can you pour it down the nearest USB port, please, Sarah? No, it's not working. Yeah, same to you, Seth. I really enjoyed your comments. Thank you very much. I really did appreciate your comments, because they were very true, correct. Yeah. Not like, what was her name? Maddie? You sound like my wife, Gail. Yeah, have a great day, Big Wheels, because it'll be daytime now, it'll be morning your way, so have a great morning, have a great afternoon, and have a great evening as well. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah. Matt TM37 is here. Hello, Matt. Or is it Matt M? Yes, good day, Seth. Au revoir. And thank you very much for being part of the broadcast. You're very welcome. Oh, are you? Whereabouts in Australia are you from? I could imagine, just assume from Big Wheel's name that he might be a truck driver. Could be wrong. He might drive a. Well, I can't remember everything, Big Wheels. I can't remember everything people tell me. Sydney. And are you a truck driver by chance, or a truck owner? Maybe I should make a note of all these people and where they're from. No. I was just wondering from the name, Big Wheels. I just thought, there might have been an association with your profession. All right. Maybe I should write down Big Wheels is from Sydney. He seemed a little bit upset with the fact that I couldn't remember. I'm sorry about that. I can't remember everyone is on the broadcast. So, I'm going to say good night, good morning, good afternoon, and thank you all so much for being part of the broadcast. It's been terrific having you here, and I will catch you again another time. Yes, thank you very much, Nicole. Same to you. Have a good one, and I'll be back some other time. So long, folks. Thanks once again.